Hello, how's it going everyone? Back again for another episode. So, I'm checking here what's going on in my inventory before starting today's work. I've got plenty of space to be honest, but what I don't have too many of are pickaxes. More specifically, stone pickaxes, which I'm making out of cobblestone, strangely enough. Cobblestones turns into stone somehow, but I guess you can do it the other way around as well, like making it out of stone blocks instead of cobblestone. I think I've tried it before. So I've got some pickaxes, and not the usual amount that I get most other days, where I dedicate my entire day to digging, but this will be plenty enough, I think, for what I've set out to do today. And I still haven't really said what I'm gonna do, but oh, one sec. I think the sounds are just a bit too loud, and yeah, that's exactly what it was. Where was I? I was talking about something about the digging or what I've set out to do. Yeah. So I'm setting out to do to remove the floor. By the end of today, I want all of these hallways to be removed, or all of these hallways floors to be removed. Yeah, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more left. Sounds like a lot, but it's not really, because you only have to dig a single layer of block. So I'm just going here and digging the blocks one by one. So whenever I dig a single block, I proceed further onwards, further forwards, you could say. And this is how I proceed with the floor removal, while when I begin digging the hallways themselves, I have to dig through 3 blocks simultaneously just to move a single block forwards. And that is just how it is. So essentially here I'm doing 3 times less work compared to the hallways to move forwards. So as I was discussing this very interesting thing, I've finished yet another one of these hallway floors. I am not quite sure if I have enough glass for the floor, for the glass slabs, but now, just as I've said it, I remembered that my smelters on the beach most likely have a stack of glass each prepared for me in themselves, so I have probably roughly 6 stacks of glass at my disposal, at least right now, without having to wait any extra time. That's what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong, and possibly I could have already used those stacks of glass and forgot to place new sand stacks to smelt. But we'll soon see. I only have 3 more hallways left to attend to, 3 more hallway floors to attend to, and after that I'll immediately ascend back up the stairs to my beach, check out the smelters, furnaces, whichever term you prefer. I like saying smelters because furnace, especially when you use plural, I cannot pronounce it too well, like furnaces. It sounds really weird. So, but when you're using a smelter or smelters, it's a bit easier, I'd say. Oh hey, look at that. We've got coal to the side of this floor. Definitely gonna take it, not leave it here. And the one below me, I'll leave it since I'll dig it when I begin the next floor, floor 16. Definitely no rush to really dig it out right now. Okay, on to the last two hallway floors here. It's quite dark in some of these spots because I just placed the torches without too much thinking. It's mostly because I placed the torches pretty much how I feel like. I feel like it's getting a bit dark, then I place one. If it's not, then I don't. And this usually probably proceeds to quite an irregular placing of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And well, you can see there is some variation from 5 to 7. Maybe there is even more of a gap between each torch. Definitely, it's not precisely measured in terms of where they are placed. As I said, it just goes by the feeling. But then again, it's so far so good. Some places have dark spots, but it's not a major. It's not a big deal. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Now that I am on my last floor, on my last hallway floor, yeah, really, it gets confusing when I keep talking and keep speaking, or like mentioning the floors and hallways, and then they just mix up together, and even worse, when you repeat the same word over and over again, it becomes somewhat strange and maybe difficult to pronounce, strangely enough. And I think that's what happened here. Okay, at the entrance to this floor, going past the entrance to dig the last few cobblestone blocks, and then we're pretty much done. Time to go back to the surface, but not before storing away some of this cobblestone and other goodies such as sand and sandstone, as well as gravel. Look at that, I've got quite a lot of coal. It's definitely piling up. I really like to see it because to be honest, I thought not so not so far, not so long ago, I thought that I have so much coal, but when you have to resupply the smelters, it just goes away pretty much. It vanishes, and all that coal that I thought I had was just nothing. It disappeared into the air pretty much. Look at that. Nice. We've got 6 entire stacks of glass ready for me to use. Very good. Now I'd like to place some more sand just so we have you know, when I need more later on, I have it ready immediately instead of having to wait. But oh yeah, that's good. We've got sandstone and sand. So what I'm gonna quickly do is first of all turn some sandstone into sand stacks. Place them into the smelters. And then we can go back to the dungeon itself, which should be fun. Placing glass slabs is, honestly, I'd say a pretty fun activity. Oh, it's sand. Oopsie. Okay, we've got this sand and that sand. Okay, all seems good here. Let's get a bit more, I suppose. and this will be it. I think I've made 6 stacks of sand, so here's one, here is the second, and the third. We've got 3 more to resupply. Yep, and the 6th one. All 6 smelters are hard at work. Let's also get them some additional coal. This is not a very fair split of coal, but it will have to do. Oh, did I place it in there? No, I didn't. Shift click doesn't work. Seems like I have to manually place it in the smelter itself. Weirdly enough, I don't know why that is, but that's exactly what it is. So there, I think 6 stacks of glass should be plenty enough for what we need to do, but even if it's not, can always come back and get some more, since I've put the smelters back to work to get me some more sand. So that's very good. Things are looking up. All I need to do is just make my way downwards to the 15th floor and do the job that I've set out to do. The recipe for the glass slabs is rather simple, just a straight horizontal line in the crafting grid. I suppose you could put it anywhere, top, bottom or middle, it doesn't matter, just has to be a straight horizontal line, and that's about it. I'll craft as many as I can from these 3 stacks of glass, and then yeah, that's it. I think I'm ready to begin placing. Usually this goes pretty well, but sometimes you do get stuck misplacing a lot of glass slabs and just in general wasting plenty of time along the way. Hopefully this floor is not like that, and my first halvey went pretty well, besides if we ignore the fact that I have misplaced roughly, I think that was 5 glass slabs, so definitely on the higher end, definitely so. And let me very quickly, to be honest, I've just thought of a decent idea, to be honest. What if I do the same thing I've done with the floor removal, and that is, first off, place glass slabs to the ends of these hallways, like so. So we have, you know, we have somewhere where we will bump into and not go any further. You know, it's so difficult to explain, but maybe you'll get it when I do this. I think this could be a good idea to, this would be a good practice to do this on every floor that I replace with glass slabs, since, for example, if there was a dungeon over to that side, if I was going backwards and placing the glass slabs, I could fall into it. But now with this row of glass at the end of each hallway, it pretty much protects me from that. And that's really nice, to be honest. I think after 15 floors worth of digging and glass slab placing, I have finally thought of a new idea, which is surprising, to be honest. This was completely accidental, and I don't know, so far it seems like it was a pretty good idea. So we'll keep doing it, unless of course other floors prove it to be a rather useless strategy to do, but this floor seems like it really kind of pays off. It's convenient to just you know, place the glass slabs in a row at both ends of these hallways. So here now I'm placing the glass slabs, and I'll bump into the glass itself right here, and that's it. Then I know the hallway is done. On to the next one. It's really nice because I don't have to bother about anything else except placing the glass slabs in a straight line. That's all there is to it, nothing else. To be honest, it's going a bit, maybe it's going even a bit slower than I initially wanted it to go, but seems like, honestly, if I had to say, I've still got more than a half of these hallways to work with, to complete. Wow, I was under the impression that this is just the formalities. What's the saying? It's like the easiest part. It is pretty easy, but also quite intensive, because when you walk backwards, you have to really pay attention to the glass slab placement, and it kind of is rather difficult, I'll have to admit. Then you have to go back and remove all of the misplaced ones. So it's not the easiest task, like something like digging the hallways, where you just pretty much mindlessly dig, right? And I guess it depends. If you have to dig around a dungeon opening, or you have to dig out like 20 blocks of coal or other material, possibly it gets a bit tricky at some points, but usually it's just very slow and kinda tedious, where you just dig 3 blocks from top to bottom and then move slowly but steadily. What we've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more hallways. I believe I'm not gonna be able to complete all of this today. That's rather unfortunate. Really was under the impression that I'm gonna get my glass slabs and simply place them in a few minutes, you know? Maybe I wasn't thinking about few minutes, but I really was under the impression that today was the last day that I'm working on floor 15. But yeah, the longer it goes, the more it seems to me that I may have to dedicate a few more minutes tomorrow to complete this thing with the floor. It's not like it's a massive problem. I'd say it's alright. I'd say 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 hallways. Yeah, that's not more than 2 minutes. I'd say not more than 2 minutes. 3 hallways. Okay, maybe if I misplace a lot of glass slabs, then it could be 3. But probably, okay, maybe I'm just changing the, yeah, 3 minutes. Okay, let's just leave it at that. 3 minutes for 3 hallways. So a single minute for a 1 hallway seems just fine. Look at that. How did I manage to misplace it so badly that I've placed a glass slab on top but not below it? So not only I have misplaced a block, I have missed another one below it. Wow, that's a very rare occurrence. Yeah, I think I've said it correctly. Maybe. Not sure though. Wow, look at that. We may be able to finish yet another hallway. Okay, yeah, seems like I did. So just one more left. One more, but I'll just leave it for tomorrow. There is no need to rush it. We'll just stand here and continue tomorrow.